What is up? What is up, YouTube? This is Eddie Picasso, and this is Eddie P37. Woo! So we're reaching the end of the month. I don't know why. The last man, it's already gonna reach about a week or so. I'm just not feeling it, man. It's oh hey, welcome back. So yeah, it's been I guess a little bit more of a lack of motivation, or no, not motivation, lack of inspiration. For some reason, I haven't been inspired like I usually am. And so it's forced me to like kind of cut back, and I need to get out of that. I need to snap out of it, interrupt that limiting belief or that limiting story. But it is what it is. Last couple of days, so it goes to show that it's not going to be 100% every single day, but you still got to keep pushing forward. And one of the reasons I say that is because, man, so I don't know if it's been the energy that I've been putting out or what, but a lot of the deals that I was working on, looking for houses for clients, they kind of started falling apart. And I kept my head up high, and I still kept on pushing forward. Yesterday, I started getting yesterday specifically, I started getting some more calls and generating more leads, which was super awesome. It was a step forward. So it's important to just roll with the punches pretty much, and keep your head high, keep on moving forward, and ultimately it's pitfalls that you get into, but you with hard persistence you eventually get out of them. And the important thing is not to give up, is to keep on pushing forward. So today, this morning, I got a little bit more inspired, and so I decided that I was going to talk about it. And it's so I've been reading through the book of Proverbs just because it's just so much wisdom. A lot of the John Maxwell, they reference Proverbs a lot, and I brought it up at the one of the Financial Peace University classes a couple of weeks ago, and he told me, yeah, the book of Proverbs is all or nothing but just advice and just stuff like that was put together. And it's pretty awesome because now that I'm going back through it completely, reading the whole book completely, I can see how a lot of the cliche terms that are coming out now as far as motivation, a lot of it is tied back to Proverbs. So today I found Proverbs 15:14 that says the discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the fool finds only folly, right? And it's kind of hard to take in at first, but once you start dissecting a little bit and start seeing what they're talking about, at least for me, my interpretation of it is the first part of the verse is the discerning heart seeks knowledge, and it ties directly into Tony Robbins' 6 human needs, which is the first four basic human needs, which everybody tries to reach, is the need for certainty, to have stability, the need for uncertainty, to have excitement, which is the spice of life, the need for loving connection, to feel to belong, and the need for significance, to feel important, to feel needed. And most people will try to achieve this or try to reach these, try to fulfill these 4 basic needs with little success. It's not until you tap into the last 2 needs and try to fulfill those that you actually start seeing some fulfillment. And I can personally attest to that. And that's the need for growth, the need to contribute beyond yourself, and the need to be more, to do more, to continue to grow physically, emotionally, religiously, or spiritually, and your body-wise, everything, financially. You need to seek to keep growth. And I think that's what it's related back to this verse, as far as the discerning heart seeks knowledge. Now, discerning, I had to actually go into Google and Google what discerning meant, and I think that if I remember correctly, I think it means the righteous heart, or the loving heart, the heart that's in the right path seeks knowledge. And that, of course, if you're seeking knowledge, you're that growth, that whether it's spiritually, financially, and you're still seeking some type of growth, some knowledge, right? And ultimately, that's going to lead to your contribution, because you can only grow so much until there's a point that you reach kind of a ceiling, and you can't grow anymore until you start giving some of that knowledge away. So it's directly tied. It's a revolving circle. The more you grow, the more you can give. You cannot give what you do not have. So you've got to grow. You got to grow in your knowledge, grow in your spirituality to be able to give. They say that the best way to to learn something, is to teach something. And so that's directly tied to that. So if you continue to grow yourself, continue to feed that knowledge, then the only way to keep on growing is to contribute beyond yourself and to pay that forward and teach it to someone else. So that's kind of at the point where I am right now, as far as like I've spent years and years just reading book after book, taking course after course, learning, taking on mentor after mentor, and it's like I've only reached so much, but it's all because I haven't been able to transfer that and contribute and provide that to someone else. And that's kind of at the point where I am, trying to find my voice, trying to find my message, to be able to contribute beyond myself and find that audience that's open to what I have to say and really listen to the message that I have to give. So the second part, but the fool finds only folly. And that's super important, because there's a saying that says that who doesn't know speaks, and he who does know doesn't speak, right? And only those that speak out of turn, you ended up making an ass out of yourself, right? And so the fools only find folly, and those are the ones that pretend to know something when they really don't. Those are there's another saying that says I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, so you know what I mean on that second part. He who speaks first loses, right? It's a real estate term that is commonly heard, and I've heard it in other sectors as well, other industries. But of course, it's perfectly tied to everyday life, and that's kind of where I tied it back into this verse. So as you can see, it's been super enlightening for me to realize that a lot of these principles, that a lot of the current Zig Ziglars, Tony Robbins, it all gets tied back to scripture, and that's what I find fascinating. And it's kind of why I'm digging through the actual Leadership Bible by John Maxwell. It's just amazing. So that's my rant for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this helps a little bit. Anyone, whoever it is, thanks for tuning in. I love you guys.